amethyst, which, as I've said in other videos, reminds me of my grandmother. So, there we go. So, one of these cards is from the crystallery deck. One of these cards is from the bestiary deck. And one of these cards is from the herbiary deck. I'm not necessarily going to be featuring this in a video, but I just put it on with my gemstones because it's a nice place to store. So that just slides on the end of there. But what we do have is a selection of bracelets that are chips, and we have some spherical beads here. And I just thought that maybe I could talk to you about some of them. We've got all sorts here. I found so much bubble wrap. I've obviously thought to myself, Tree, you need more bubble wrap. You never know when it might come in useful. So I don't want to do loud noises with it. I just want to do very gentle, soft, slow. And I don't want to labour it. I think sometimes ASMR sounds can get a little bit laboured. Hello there. Thank you so much for swinging by. I know I've been a little bit quiet recently. That's going to continue. But I do at least want to deliver one video a month because I kind of got used to doing your oracle card stuff. But what I thought I would do is perhaps maybe this will be a slightly longer video and it might incorporate some other bits. I thought I might have just a little chit chat, show you some of the things that I have found and have ideas for videos to be based on. So I hope that might be of interest. I am going to ensure that I put timestamps on here because if you're here just for maybe I'll show you some triggers or things, or maybe you're just here to see the cards and to perhaps be inspired by those. That's okay, I don't mind. You can dip in and pick and choose as you wish, my darlings, alright? Okay, this hair is slightly annoying. We done? Are we done hair? This video is going to come out on Wednesday and my birthday is going to be on the Friday. I'm not normally somebody who does birthdays, or certainly not my own birthday. And yeah, I live by myself. I'm not going to host a party just for me. But this year it happens to be on a stream day, so I've booked myself some afternoon tea and to be delivered, and I will stream and I will have little bits of afternoon tea. And if you're not from the UK, you might not be familiar with what afternoon tea is, so I'm going to share that with I'm not actually going to physically share it with my viewers. I like my food. Very clearly I'm somebody who likes my food. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I really am sorry about not releasing every single week at the moment. It's just so much. It's too much for me. And I'll be back when I can, but I have been formulating ideas. I've been tidying my flat a little bit and found some things that might work as triggers or might work as video ideas. Why don't I show you one of those right now, okay? Hang on a moment. So, for example, I love these. These are my bracelets. And I thought, well, this one is this is a costume bracelet, and I love the sound it makes. It's just such a nice sound. I'm not necessarily going to be featuring this in a video, but I just put it on with my gemstones because it's a nice place to store. So that just slides on the end of there. But what we do have is a selection of bracelets that are chips, and we have some spherical beads here, and I just thought that maybe I could talk to you about some of them. We've got all sorts here. We've got some lapis, we've got some sodalite. Yeah, we just got some very, very pretty things. I'm amazed at how many browns I've managed to pick up. I've got some tiger's eye, I have some carnelian, some red tiger's eye, there's some other bits here as well. Some hematite, you can tell the hematite, right? So, there's that, and then I've got my spherical ones, hang on. Oh, there's another little chippy one that I'm going to pop on the chippy side. Oh, and another, oh look, this is fluorite. I love fluorite so much. My fluorite was hanging out with some of these guys. You may have noticed, so this is also fluorite. You may have noticed that recently I have started adopting green, and I'm really happy with myself. I'm growing up. I know I'm 46 in a few days, but I have traditionally always stuck to wearing black, and I am now really leaning into green tones. I just love the earthiness, the natureiness, and my name's Tree, so why would I not like green, hey? So yeah, I've got some of these, and then I've got some more colourful ones. As you can see, but I do love the sound they make. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do a video on those. Just pop them back. I love the sound of wood with rocks. It's so earthy, it just feels so natural in a way. So there we go, just going to pop that on there and put my fancy one. Let me pop that away. So that's one of my ideas. I also want to do some more sand stuff. I really enjoyed the Zen garden. I really enjoyed the Zen garden, but also I have some of that sand. Now I know there's a lot of AI videos of cutting stuff. I like, my thing is my soft-spoken voice, so everything would be accompanied by that. So it wouldn't just be like the AI cutting things. It would be me with a cutting board, just talking to you and gently slicing through this. It's I can't remember the name of the sand. Liquid sand? Is that what it is? Or magnetic sand or something? And that's really satisfying to cut into. And it's just been one of the things that I have been doing to take my mind off things. I sometimes poodle about in my Zen garden with my little tools, and I add in rocks and things. So I want to do more of that with you, but also I want to maybe try this magnetic sand or whatever it is and just talk to you and just try cutting some of that up and see if you find it as just centering and calming as I do. It might not be as effective to watch somebody else doing it, but perhaps we can try. I also have some kind of tidying organisational videos that I need to do. Things like my rocks. So I have a lot of rocks. I don't know whether you guessed. This is not all of my rocks. I have, one or two. These are for the video in a moment. So this is just a small collection, and I need to organise them a bit. So perhaps I will do some more organisation of rocks. I do want to lean more into the ASMR and just relaxing sounds. So I know that this can be done. I think that we can combine my love of rocks with the nice sounds that they make. Okay. Would you like a monthly reading? And just to, if anyone is new to the channel, I mean, I don't think you would still be here. If you were, I would have probably scared you off by now. I do a monthly oracle card pull, but I don't claim to be witchy at all. It's not something I would ever profess to have those. I'm just not tuned in that way. But I do respect those who are. I have a darling friend, It's Practical Magic, and I normally pop her link in these videos. So if you would like to experience a proper witchy content creator, then I suggest you can check her out. She's also like me, so she's on Twitch and on YouTube. I am on Twitch and on YouTube. But these cards, the other thing, I'm continuing my hypnosis journey. So I am going to continue studying hypnosis. I think the problem with me is that I don't have the confidence to just go straight into it, and one day I will. And I'm going to put out some more hypnosis inspired videos because I find that very relaxing. It just helps. That's why I watch ASMR. I watch ASMR as a way of escaping and relaxing, mostly to help me sleep, just centering, to calm myself. So that's what I create and attempt to create anyway, to deliver to you guys. And if that speaks to you, then that's wonderful. But if I'm going to do a reading for you, it's not me reading it, it's to speak to your subconscious. So hypnosis studying has taught me how important your subconscious is, how much it gets done, how cool it is. It's just mind-blowing, the stuff that your subconscious can achieve, and I cannot wait to work with mine a bit more and put out some videos that help you guys. So yeah, your subconscious will take these cards and read into it what it needs to read into it. Okay, so it's not me saying that there's any sort of like spirits or anything externally speaking to me, telling me things particularly about you. It's your deep down things that might speak to you, and your subconscious be like, yes, do you know what, for us that represents this, and maybe we could do this, or maybe we could look at that. Okay, so again, I am not witchy, I'm not claiming to be. I'm very much interested in that stuff, but in terms of this card read, it's going to be about you, your subconscious, interpreting it. I have these great little books. I'm not actually going to grab it because my side profile, I have a beak of a nose. So I try whenever possible to just like fade out when I'm turning to grab something so you aren't horrified by my beak. But I do have the booklets right here, and I will read the appropriate cards. Are you ready to join me, my darlings? Okay, come with me. Right, so I normally set this up in advance, but I thought let's just take some time to do this with you today. Now there's not any rhyme or reason. I've just pulled out some things that I like the look of. This one is some orbicular sea jasper. I love it. Can't really get the green. You can kind of get the green, I think, from my lighting, but this lighting is not the worst it has ever been, so I'm happy with that. We've got tiger's eye. I love I think it's chatoyancy and tiger's eye, so that's like the shininess of the stripes. It's beautiful. Amethyst, which, as I've said in other videos, reminds me of my grandmother. So, what's this little, fluorite being pesky. There you are, Fluorite. I'll give you some attention. This is some Kundalini citrine. I can't remember what this one is. It does have a pyrite. It almost looks like the pyrite is painted on, but it's got these red dots, which makes me wonder whether it's is it a bloodstone or something? But then it's got this quartzy little bit here. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but it's fascinating. I got it as a freebie actually, so I'm not mad at that. Another freebie here, I think. This one. Oops, a daisy. So there's malachite. I love malachite. I wonder if it's the green thing, but you can just see how shiny that malachite is, right? It's all velvety. Very pretty. Maybe pop this here. Okay. This is a very large piece. It's, well, not very large. Some of you may recognise it. It's emerald. It's emerald and it's host rock. Can pop that. This one may be so large I might not be able to get it on. I just grabbed a bunch of rocks from all over. Many of them were green, so there is that. It does have this theme of green. Got some rose quartz here. And this is, don't tell anyone, or don't tell any of my other rocks, but this possibly could be my favourite. It is just gorgeous. It's my forest epidote. It's just, oh, I love it. Makes me so happy. Okay, so I'm going to pop this to one side. Right, I want to represent plants, so I'm going to pop in these. I haven't been out in the garden today. We have had some rain, so maybe there would be some plants if I went out, but it's not something I'm doing right now. So my plants are represented there. And then we have animals represented here with the feather, okay? Not that we can really see it, but it's there, I assure you. There we go. So, one of these cards is from the crystallary deck. One of these cards is from the bestiary deck. And one of these cards is from the herbiary deck. I am not going to tell you which one is which. You just decide for yourselves whether you're drawn to card 1, card 2, card 3, and you know me, as I said, I'm not claiming this to be any sort of spiritual thing. If you change your mind, that's entirely fine. You're not sold on these cards. Even I don't know which one is which. So, have a little think. We'll turn them over and then we'll read about them. And if you want to claim more than one, then you can do that. I'm just trying to work out where to place this. Maybe pop that there. That'll do. That'll do. Alright, so have a think. Decide which card might appeal to you. You could have more than one card appealing to you, honestly. It's entirely fine. Do you know what? I think I want to add even more shininess on here. So whilst you're having a think, would you humour me just for a moment? I have this bag of runes. Now, I have not learnt about runes yet, but I did buy it because I have an intention at some point. Now, I love the sound they make. It's so nice. And they're so cool in my hand. So for now, these are just decoration. And I don't want people who do believe in runes to be offended, please don't. I think they're beautiful. For now they are decoration for me, but they're also very relaxing to just hold in my hand, work around in my hand. So maybe I'll pop another one here. There we go. And another one down here. So these are on quartz. And there's this beauty, look at that. And see a little bit of rainbow in that quartz. That's gorgeous. So pretty. There we go. Fascinating. I would love to learn about the runes. I admire anyone who can just look at a rune and say, oh tree, you've got that the wrong way round. That actually represents a cow, which represents this, which means this potentially. That's just amazing to me that people just know. I don't, but maybe at some point in the future I will learn. I'm going to put the rest of these away. But again, I do just, the sound I make, sometimes I'll just grab this bag and just give it a little squeeze. We know I'm weird, okay? We know I'm a little bit peculiar, so please humour me and just let me have that, okay? Alright. So, I finished faffing. Should we take a look at the first card, the second card, or the third card? Let's go for the third card. I have my eye on some pieces of amber. It's not cheap if you would like amber that contains little bits of the past, but I think it's worth it. I am fascinated by it, and I'm also very humbled by it. Just the idea that these tiny, tiny snapshots of life have been around, encased in this amber for so long, for millions of years, and it's very humbling. What are you becoming? Amber. You can see here that here's amber with what appears to be a pine cone. We might have some seeds here. So this is from the crystallery deck. Look, there's a tiny little moth just here, just a little tiny moth. I think it's some sort of moth, perhaps a little fly. And if we take a step back, like zoom out slightly, we can see that, don't know if this represents the earth or land, but we have the trees, these pine trees here. Maybe that relates to the pine cone. Maybe that's why they specifically went for pine trees on here. And if we look out here, this is the branch or the tree trunk. There we go. We've got the amber beginning to drip, to ooze, to seep. So these aren't actually rocks as such. It is pine sap, or it is sap that has leaked out and then covered with oh look, I just noticed this little bug here. Very, very cute. And yeah, forever encased in amber. And then it hardens and makes these pieces. Not all amber does have bits and bobs inside it, and some are perhaps you would think less impressive than others because you can't exactly see little legs and wings and things. But I just think it's beautiful in general. Lovely. I wonder what this cross represents. It's a very neat cross right here. What are you becoming? I wonder whether it's a crossroads. What are you becoming? we're going to, please don't count how many times I say interesting. If you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know what I'm like. You know, I should expand my vocabulary, I suppose. Okay, let's read about this one. Okay, so I have my booklets for the bestiary, the herbiary, the crystallary. This one is amber, so yep, that should be relatively near the beginning. Okay, so it is a 2 to 2.5 on the Mohs hardness scale, and that means it's supposed to indicate to you whether this is a short-term thing to think about, or a medium term, or a longer term. So this is a 2 to 2.5, so that is a shorter term, more imminent thing to think about if you want to take that into account. Okay? So, what are you becoming? It doesn't matter who you were before, Amber assures you. What matters is who you are becoming. Amber is sure of this because she began as thick, gooey pine resin, sticking to fingers and scenting the forest. Pine resin is antimicrobial, and amber carries this protection as well, guarding you on the spirit planes as you make your way into your next phase of being. Amber, who sometimes holds a leaf or an insect, asks, what will you carry with you as you shift yourself? What will become encased in your essence? This is the place where choice and the dance of destiny meet. When amber enters your life, pause. Listen to both your heart and your head as you design your own becoming. I've not pulled amber before, and that's a beautiful card. It is beautiful in so many ways. I hope perhaps it gives you something to think about, my darlings. Right, let's do the next one. I'm going to go for pile 1. It's not a pile, it's a card, Katrina. Silly thing. Okay, so discover the pattern. Broad-winged katydids. So the katydids, they're not, those are the things that look a little bit like a grasshopper or cricket but aren't. They look more vibrantly green, right? More juicy. I don't know, that sounds weird, but as a child, that was the vibe I was getting from them. I've not had this card before. Interesting. This little fan pattern in the corners. I said it again, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, darlings. We have, it almost looks like a kind of ferny pattern. Or you know when lightning strikes things, you get these patterns. And this is some acorn. So a bunch of acorns here. So we had pine trees earlier. And we have oak trees. And this, I don't know what this is. Is this like part of the moon? Or I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what this pattern represents. There are so many beautiful patterns in nature, but I'm not sure what this one might represent. So this is, it's nighttime. That's worth noting. Oh, do you know what? I now see we have all of these. Look at this, it's almost like a pinwheel. And then we've got this. And this, did you notice that? You probably noticed it before I did. These sections like a pinwheel. And of course the katydid, right in the middle. It's quite cute. Okay, well, remember, discover the pattern. Oh, well, I guess the pattern probably relates to this. You see, we have the pattern here, and we have the patterns of the, as I said, it looks like, it doesn't really look like ferns, does it? It does look more like when lightning strikes and it does its own beautiful patterns. The patterns of the leaves, and the sky, and the stars, the moon and the clouds. Okay, let's have a little read. And see what the booklet has to say. Obviously, this is the bestiary. So the bestiary deck is my animal deck, of course. Here we go. Gorgeous owl here. So many different creatures that could pop up. And they're not all kind of like the pretty ones. There are some more unusual ones, some overlooked ones, and I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's look up the broad-winged katydid. Are you sitting comfortably? Discover the pattern, broad-winged katydid. Like his cousin cricket, katydid has 5 eyes. He fixes them on life's intricacies, noticing details often missed by those of us with dual vision. From his perch atop the oak tree, he takes in the glow of the moon, the shadow of a tree limb, the stars burning holes in the night sky. These compounded images come together, coalescing into one, showing the slow evolution of the world as it changes. Details create patterns. Patterns create rhythm. Katydid knows what's to come because he understands the design of what has been. When katydid appears, look to the details so you too can begin to feel the rhythm and predict the future through the patterns of the present. And we have one more card to look at. No prizes for guessing which one this is. Well, there would have been a prize if you'd guessed that this was burdock, but this was from my herbiary deck. Burdock. This is the first time I've had burdock, I think. I'd only ever heard of it have you heard of dandelion and burdock? It's like a drink. I've heard of it in terms of that, but not really in other ways. So let's have a look. Tap your resources or resources. I'm now doubting myself. Tap your resources. Tap your resources. I'm going to go with resources. Okay, let's have a little look. These are very pretty little candles in the corner, just burning down. They've been lit a while. I think burdock is a root. Well, obviously, it has these almost, would you say tubers? And then the leaves on top. But I feel like maybe it's the roots that are used to either eat or make the drinks with, perhaps. And we've got this very welcoming hearth. We have the logs here. the flames licking away at this pot. What is in this pot? This iron pot. Maybe almost like a cauldron perhaps, but it's hanging. Okay, this lovely stone fireplace. Beautiful. Let's see how the burdock plays into this. Tap your resources. Burdock. Okay, I'm going to pop this down and we'll take a little look. Right. You know the burrs that get matted into your dog's coat in autumn? The ones that prick your fingers and refuse to come untangled? That's burdock. She's a tireless companion, and yes, she sticks with you, cheering you on when you're running low on steam, or self-esteem, or recovering from a lingering ailment. Burdock's a nurturer, building you up with gentle sweetness and asking nothing in return. Her taproot runs deep. Once she sets her sights on breaking up crusty soil or shifting old habits, she's persistently relentless. She's the friend of your childhood, the one you could always count on to have your back. Trust me, she says, all will be well. I feel as if perhaps these three actually could work together and give you things to think about that kind of tie in with each other. I mean, you may interpret them differently, but for me, I feel like there's some overlap. I just feel that they could all work together, and there's nothing wrong with saying, do you know what? That makes sense. Let's think about everything that these three cards has given me to think about. Or you may just still want to focus on one. Again, it's your subconscious. Alright, your subconscious is going to be doing the heavy lifting. You're going to be thinking about, what does this mean to me? How does it apply to where I am now? How could it apply to where I want to be? Or how could it apply to some next steps for me? What things do I need to think about? And that's why I love these cards. You don't need to be witchy in order to gain from these cards. You just need to be open a little bit, let your subconscious peek its head out and give you some hints, because as I've said before, and I say all the time, your brains are absolutely beautiful. Such clever things. Okay, come with me. So some of the things that I've been looking at are in my it's not really a break, because I don't have any extra time to do things, but I have been trying to use this time to sort a few things out in my life. So one of the things I've done has been to try and organise my flat a little bit. I'm still working on it, but I found some stuff and I just like the sounds. So I just want to share that with you in case you're interested in me just doing some gentle. Now I'm not going to pop. I don't think it needs to be popped. I just think that if you gently touch it. When I was folding this, I found it so relaxing. Okay, I did it a little bit faster, but I did actually stop, take some time. I found so much bubble wrap. I've obviously thought to myself, Tree, you need more bubble wrap. You never know when it might come in useful. So I don't want to do loud noises with it. I just want to do very gentle, soft, slow. And I don't want to label it. I think sometimes ASMR sounds can get a little bit laboured. But everyone has their own taste and their own preferences. I know that not everybody likes the sort of ASMR that I make, or that I enjoy watching. And honestly, there's a lot of overlap between what I make and what I enjoy watching, because I just feel like you've got to like what you're doing. Although that's not true for everybody. Some creators see ASMR as easy money. I see it as something that helps people and I enjoy doing. But yeah, not everyone is going to like all of the stuff I do, any of the stuff I do. There was somebody on the ASMR forums on Reddit, and they were just like, they are very adamant that they hate it when microphones are visible. That's a choice I've made. And I've made that choice because of the quality of the audio. I've tried videos where my microphone is a little bit further away, but I feel like you lose a lot. Just some of the smaller sounds. So I did want to share that with you. I can do some of that, or I could not. Some of you would have just hated that and skipped ahead, and that's entirely fine. I don't like loud poppy noises. I don't like anything too loud, but if it's just gentle. And then another thing that I found when I was tidying up, hold on a second, let me grab it, was this. Now this was given to me years and years ago. When I left a job, I moved country, and it is a book of art. And you can't really see because I've got this blur thing going on with my camera, but it is just full of beautiful art. There's some NSFW stuff in here, so I had to be careful. I've just had to re-film me showing you this book, because the first page I opened was not something, but you can just get a rough idea. And I thought I could just go through this. I would put it down. Actually, I'm not mad that oh look, that's beautiful. You can't see it, but basically I thought that I could point out things that I liked and just show you some of them. And yes, I might have to cut out some of the NSFW stuff, but it's a coffee table book and it's beautiful, and I wanted to share it with you and just gently take some time to do some page turning and some pointing and some tracing. So I was wondering whether that could be of interest to some of you. My darlings, I don't know how long I've been talking for. I am so sorry if I have waffled on. I do want to thank my members, as I do every video. I am really sorry that I'm not putting out much content right now. You will get, hopefully, one video a month, and maybe it will be however long this is. We'll do something similar perhaps next month. I hope it was acceptable, but thank you so much to my members. Thank you to anyone who subscribes. And if any of my regulars do miss me, you will find me live on Twitch on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. and I do aim to be back as soon as I can, as soon as I have enough spoons and enough videos pre-recorded, so I don't have the pressure of having to release every single week. I don't have to scramble about to try and get the next video ready. Alright, thank you so much for spending some time with me, my darlings. I hope so much that you have a delightful day, a wonderful week, and of course, the snuggliest of sleeps when it is time to go to bed. Take care.